Namaste. I'm Vaishali Sitaram Shapapur from GFGC Mudde here. Now I am going to explain you the last session of this particular unit number 4. Total 10 sessions are there. This is the last session. Unit number 4 is the event handling. Our topic for this last session is the exception handling mechanism in Java. Topic for this session is exception handling mechanism. Okay, exception handling. What is the exception? Exception. Exceptions are nothing but what handling the user defined error. Means the exception handling is a Java is one of the powerful mechanism to build to handle the runtime error so that the normal flow of the application can be maintained. What is exception? In Java, exception is an event that disrupt the normal flow of the program. It is an object which is thrown at runtime. Advantages of exception handling. The core advantage of exception handling is to maintain the normal flow of the application. Exception normally disrupt the normal flow of the application. That is why we use the exception handling. Types of exceptions are there are mainly two types of exceptions are there: checked and unchecked. Where error is considered as unchecked exception, the Sun microsystem, there are three types of exception. Here, checked exception, unchecked exception, and error is there. Here, difference between the checked and unchecked exception. Checked exception, the classes that extend the throwable class except runtime exception and error are known as checked exception. Example, IO exception, SQL exception. Checked exception are checked at compile time. Unchecked exception, the classes, these mainly SQL exceptions mainly used for backend developers and IO exception is for connection between that database and application program. Unchecked exception. The classes that extend the runtime exception are known as unchecked exception. Example, arithmetic exception is nothing but divide by zero. That exception handled by the arithmetic exception. Null pointer exception is there. If pointer is pointing to the null values, then this exception will occur. Array index out of bound exception. If array is mentioned as a five integers array, we are trying to insert or delete the sixth element, then this exception will occur. Unchecked exceptions are not checked at the runtime, rather they are checked at runtime. Compiled, not checked at the compile time, rather it checked by the runtime only. Errors. What error is a irrecoverable. Example, out of memory error, virtual machine error, or assertion errors are there. Here, hierarchy of Java exception classes. First, we have to create the exception class object. Then we have to extend with the throwable. Suppose I have created the number format exception or null pointer exception. These are the runtime exceptions are there. Then IO exception, SQL exception. These are the compile time exceptions are there. Throwable class is there. For throwable class is again divided into two types. That is called as exception and error. In errors are virtual machine error and assertion error is there. Here the exceptions are two types of exception: runtime and compile time. In compile time, IO exception is there and XOL exception is there. In runtime, we need the arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, and number format exception is there. Here, in table format, I have given the difference between the checked and unchecked exceptions are there, which I have already explained you. Here, um, I will explain only important things in this checked exception. In checked exception, we mainly use the throws keyword, and in unchecked exception, we keep that code in the try catch block so that easily we can handle that exceptions. Okay. Here, Java try block is used to enclose the code that might throw an exception. When we feel or when we create the program, we exceptions we predict that exception will throw by this particular line of code. Then that code should be enclosed between the try block, and what kind of exception it will generate, that is catched by the catch or finally block. Syntax of try catch block. Here try block is there. Then we need to write the code in that particular try block. Then whatever exception will appear, that exception class we have to mention over here, and we have to handle that. Okay. Or we don't know the exception class, then we can use the finally else. Here the Java catch block is there. Java catch block is used to handle the exception. It must be used after the try block only. You can use the multiple catch block within a single try. Problem without exception handling. Let's try to understand the problem. We don't use the try catch block. Okay. Here public class test try catch. Here class name is this. Then public static void main. I have used here data is equal to 50 divided by 0. May throw the exception. This is not the system error, but it is a manual error created by the user only. These are called as exception. But when I write over here, then compiler don't know what kind of output it should show. So it will give the output like exception is thread main Java arithmetic exception divided by 0 is will be display as the output. Then it displays the above example. Then 100 line of code after the exception. Then solution by exception handling is here I have this line will make throw the exception. That's why I have to write this line in a try block. Then I have to catch whatever in previous code, whatever error it has shown, called as arithmetic exception. Then I have to mention here in catch block. I have to write I have to write arithmetic exception E. Okay. Then I have to write system dot print dot ln E. I have to print. That means what kind of exception it is generating. That is called as a that will going to display over here. Okay. System dot order rest of the code. Here output will be exception in main thread Java divided by 0 rest of the code, like that output will appear. Earlier only it shows the exception. Now it will going to execute all the code of that particular program. Multiple catch block we can use. For why we need that multiple catch block? Here I have used the 5 integer array, and here I will go and at fifth position I want to add this divided by 0. That means arithmetic array out of bound exception will occur, and again arithmetic exception also occur. That means two exceptions will going to occur in this particular program. That's why I will use the two catch blocks. First, I have used the arithmetic exception E for handling the arithmetic exception. Next is array index out of bound exception. I will going to use. Okay. Then output will be like that. Task 1 completed, rest of the code that will appear here. We can use the nested package blocks also. Okay. Here I have created, this is the first try, this is the second try catch block. Here second going to divide by 0 will be there, and for this try block I have used here catch block. Again next try block I am going to use array out of bound exception. Next try block, these both try block are closed. Now one try block is open, that I will close over here, and I will catch the exception in, like handle, like message I want to print. That is the normal flow of that particular try catch. Uh, Next, along with this try catch block in Java, we have the finally block as well. Okay, Java finally block is the block that is used to execute important codes such as the closing connection strings. Okay, Java finally block is always executed whether the exception is handled or not. When we use the try block, there must be there a catch block. Okay, if you don't write the catch block, then again error will occur. Like for handling the exception, we need the catch box is missing like that. If I want to execute without writing the catch block, then I have to use the finally. Java finally block follows the try or catch block. Okay. Here, case 1. In this, I am using the try block, catch block. Immediately after, I use the finally block. Even though this try or try will not going to execute, then also finally will going to execute. Even though catch will not going to execute, still finally is also executed. That means finally block is always executed. Java throw keyword. Why we have to use the throw keyword? Here, the Java throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. We can throw either checked or unchecked exception in Java by throw keyword. The throw keyword is mainly used to throw the custom exception. We will see the custom exception later. The syntax of Java throw keyword is given below. Throw exception. When user defined exception we want to throw, then we use the throw exception. Here example, we have created the validate method that takes the integer value as a parameter. If the age is less than 18, we are throwing the arithmetic exception. Otherwise, print the message welcome to vote. Here I am creating the throw key, user defined exception. Here I have written here static void validate age. Age is less than 18, then not valid. Okay. Throw new here if condition is there. If condition is true, then it should throw new arithmetic exception not valid. Okay. Else it will welcome to the vote like that. It will going to execute. For that we need the throw keyword. Now next is throws keyword. The Java throws keyword is used to declare an exception. It gives the information to the programmer that there may occur an exception. So it is a better for the programmer to provide the exception handling code so that normal flow can be maintained. Exception handling is mainly used to handle the checked exceptions. If there occurs any unchecked exception such as a null pointer exception, it is programmer fault. That is not a performing checkup before the code being used. Syntax for this throws is return type method name and throws. Throw we have used the throw keyword in uh, within the code only after if condition or within the class, but throws will execute along with the method only. Okay. Throws example here we are using the m method. Along with that method we are throwing the IO exception. Okay. For that we are using this throws IO exception MP. N is the another method name. Along with that also we are throwing the IO exception. P is again there. In that we are calling the N and catching that exception. Again throw is there. Okay, exception handling and normal flow we have shown in this program. Java, we can handle in Java, we can handle the custom exceptions as well by using the extends keyword. Okay. If we are creating your own exception, that is known as a custom exception or user defined exception. Java custom exception are used to customize the exception according to the user needed. By the help of custom exception, you can have your own exception and messages. Let's see the simple example. Java custom exception class invalid age exception extends the exception invalid age exception string s class text exception. Like that, we have used the remaining code which I have already explained, that is handled by the user. Thank you for attending this last session. We have done with the unit number 4, in which we have total 10 sessions are there. For thanks for attending all. Thank you.